The call came at 3:03 a.m. Marissa was half asleep, her face buried in a pillow, when her phone buzzed beside her. The screen glowed with an empty number field. No digits, no contact name, just a blank space. "Still groggy," she answered. At first, silence. Then a click. Then a slow, mechanical breathing sound. She whispered, "Hello?" A distorted voice crackled through. "Do not answer again." Then the call dropped. She sat up, heart pounding. Maybe a prank, maybe spam. But when she checked her call history, there was no record of any call. Not even a missed one. She tried to shake it off and went back to bed. But just as she began to drift off, her landline rang. She didn't own a landline. She followed the sound. Through the dark hallway, past the kitchen. It was coming from the hallway closet. There was no phone in there. Just winter coats, boxes, and the dusty, unplugged landline her landlord said hadn't worked since 1998. It was ringing. Shaking, she lifted the receiver. "You answered," said the voice. "Now I know where to find you." Marissa didn't sleep that night. She unplugged the broken landline completely, tore it from the wall, and stuffed it in the trash. But at 3:03 a.m., the ringing returned. Not from her cell phone, not from the closet, from the bathroom. She crept toward the door, which had fogged from a shower she hadn't taken. Inside, the mirror was vibrating. Not the glass, the air behind it. Like something was trapped or calling through it. Then the sound came again, rhying. The reflection shimmered. She stepped closer, her breath caught. Her phone was lying on the sink. It shouldn't have been there. The screen lit up. Incoming call. Number. No digits, no buttons, just answer or decline. She pressed decline. The mirror cracked. A single, thin fracture ran through the center, as if the mirror was offended. Then a voicemail alert appeared on her phone. But when she opened it, the recording wasn't audio. It was video. Grainy, black and white. It showed her bedroom, Liv. Only she wasn't in it. Someone else was. A figure standing by her bed, staring directly into the camera. Head tilted, as if it knew she was watching. Then the screen cut to black. And a message appeared. "Declining is rude. Answer next time, Marissa." Marissa ran outside the next morning and threw her phone into the sewer. She didn't care how expensive it was. She didn't want it anymore. She bought a new one, new number, new SIM. Told no one. Not her friends, not her job. That night, she triple-locked her door, taped paper over every reflective surface, and left the lights on. No phone, no signal. Safe. At 3:03 a.m., her toaster rang. It chirped once, twice, with a tone identical to her old ringtone. She stared at it, frozen. Then the lights flickered. The TV turned on, and the oven beeped. "Answer," whispered a voice through the vents. "I'm trying to come through." She backed into the hallway, grabbed her keys, but the door wouldn't open. It wasn't locked. It was just stuck, as if something was leaning against it from the other side. She turned to run back, and her mirror was glowing. It pulsed like a heart, each throb matching the beat of her own. Inside the reflection, she could see her apartment. But wrong. Everything was mirrored, reversed. And someone was standing in her kitchen. Tall, unmoving. Its face wrapped in wires. Phones hanging from its limbs like ornaments. It slowly lifted one of them to its ear. Marissa's new phone, which should have been turned off, began to ring. Marissa didn't answer the ringing. She watched the phone buzz on the counter, its screen flickering like it was overheating, even though it was brand new. It stopped after 11 rings. Silence. She exhaled. Then, a notification. Call answered. Duration, 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 1 second. Her heart dropped. She hadn't touched it. But someone had. The kitchen light flickered, then dimmed, then went out entirely. When it came back on, the phone was gone. So was her couch, her books, her coat rack. One by one, pieces of her apartment vanished, as if the call had reached through reality and taken something in return. She backed into the hallway. Her door was now wide open. Outside stood a figure, not moving, back turned. It wore her missing coat. In its hand, her phone. The screen showed her name. But instead of calling someone, it was recording. Recording 3:03 a.m., the one who declined. The figure turned slowly. Its face wasn't human. It looked like a melted mannequin, features smeared like paint. But its voice was hers. You said no, so I said yes for you. She ran, down the stairs, into the street. Didn't stop until her legs gave out near a gas station. She begged the clerk to let her use the landline. He handed it to her. She dialed 911. The voice on the other end whispered, "You don't get to call out anymore. You only answer." Then the receiver began to bleed. Marissa didn't go home. She wandered the city for hours, her hands trembling, eyes darting at every reflection, every polished surface. In every one. She caught glimpses, not of herself, of something wearing her face, but always just slightly wrong. Lips that moved without her. Eyes that blinked too late. A smile that didn't belong. She smashed her mirrors, avoided store windows. She even shaved off her reflection by never standing still. It didn't help. At 3:03 a.m., she heard the ringtone again. But she had no phone, nothing that could ring. The sound came from the air itself, a high digital trill that echoed from the inside of her head. She dropped to her knees, covering her ears. "I won't answer," she whispered. "You can't make me." But the voice didn't ask this time. It tore through. Every sound around her warped, car alarms, wind, footsteps, sirens. They all became the same ringtone, layered, growing louder. She ran, screamed. People turned to look, but their faces were blank. No eyes, no mouths. Just smooth skin like static. And each of them was holding a phone. All of them ringing. All showing her name. She collapsed in the middle of the street. One final sound cut through. Click. The world went silent. Then, a voice, calm, inside her skull. "Thank you for answering." Darkness swallowed her. No street lights, no cars, no city. Only a room, no doors, no windows, and a rotary phone on the floor. It rang once, twice. Then her mouth opened, without her consent, and said, "Hello?" Her voice echoed forever. And from somewhere just out of sight, another voice replied, "It's your turn now to make the calls."